You know what? It's funny. I thought that I was going to be silent for the entirety of this episode. I was almost sure of it. Yesterday's episode, we were completely silent. I didn't want to say a thing. And today, here I am. Like, I actually want to open my mouth. But maybe I'll be quiet again in a second. I have no idea. I think I'm in a really good mood right now because I'm doing this not directly after waking up, but directly after getting out of bed. So, welcome to episode 152 of Keeping It Real. I'm your host, jackkadis. Sorry maybe you're missing this because you clicked on it and I didn't say anything for the first, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I just set up the time-lapse video. And you maybe had seen the past two episodes and you were like, oh, here goes another one where he's not going to say. Here goes another one where he's not going to say anything. But here I am talking. So without further ado, and I might, brace yourselves. I have full power to shut up at any point in time. But welcome to episode 152 of Keeping It Real. I'm your host, Jack Kadis. And if you have in any capacity, any desire, if you would like, send me an email at jacklkadis@gmail.com. That's Jack, Jackl, Kadis, Kadis @gmail.com. Okay, so I have an idea for how I'd like this episode to go. I'm going to grab my laptop that is right over there on my bed. I'm going to bring it back over, and you won't see what I'm looking at, but with my words, I'm going to describe to you the evolution of keeping it real. We're going to start at episode 1, and we're going to go all the way up to episode 151. Now, I'd imagine that this is going to take multiple episodes, 3 episodes, but as you may be familiar with now, what I do is often not what I think I'm going to do. So with that being said, who knows what may happen, and let's jump right into it. Okay. So I have my laptop on my lap, and we are just going to go to my channel. Analytics. Podcasts. Keeping it real. Fun fact, there has never been a Keeping It Real episode to receive under 10 views. All Keeping It Real episodes are in the double digits. Okay, so how do I feel like I want to get this on a place where I can see it better, like maybe right here. So I can look this way. It might have to just be okay in my lap. Maybe I'll just fix my posture or something. Okay. I think the best way to do this would actually be to play the episodes. And I can just change the so now if I click on it and I click play, it starts at the first episode. Okay, so if we click, all right, and okay, so episode 1. At this time, there was no, at least to what I believe, there was no Keeping It Real name. It was just how cool would it be if I had a friend on my show, and there was one in town. His name was Robert, and here we go. He's on his phone. We're setting up, and we went 45 minutes. Pretty cool to watch this. The sound's not on, but I'm just watching. I'm just watching it, and maybe I'll turn the sound on.
Start to the day. 21-year-old living on Ricewood Beach. Going to Germany today. Big stuff going on.
Not for 8 months.
No.
I remember. I was like, so I just spoke with my mom on the phone before this episode began, and she spoke about how it's important that I enjoy what I'm doing. And me in this frame right now at the 1 minute and 5 second mark of my first ever Keeping It Real episode titled Getting Older with Robert McCoy, I was like out of body. I can still feel it just watching it now. I was like out of body, thrilled to be there and to be having him on camera. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And this is forever going to be my first Keeping It Real episode. my first, like long form video. And it's not like it really is like I had been making videos for a year, but there's just something about, I made this playlist. I guess it's interesting now to think back about how, or I guess think currently about how you kind of, it's like, how do I say this? You like reshape your world around. You reshape your world around. I don't even know what to say really. So many thoughts are bouncing around in my head. It's interesting how when you do something and time passes, the way in which you can go back and remember doing that thing can change. Whether what it changes to is within or not within your power, it certainly does. As here I sit in my Hurricanes jersey on the left side of my very good childhood friend Robert McCoy, and I say to you, like, I was very much like inspired and enjoying it in this moment, but was I? I don't know. It's hard to. I think there's a little bit of both happening there. I think it was very versatile. I remember I also was like, let's just get this over with kind of mentality. I think, but mainly what I want to say is I'm very excited to go back through and review. And maybe in the future we can do this every 100 episodes. That'd be cool. Maybe every 50 episodes. That'd be cool. I think every 50 would be a good. Maybe we should shoot to get from 1 to 50 in this video, and then next we can do the next 50. I think that'd be cool. So something to keep in mind. But this is this episode. I don't know what else to say. I could speak about my friend Robert for a bit, but what's the point? You can just go watch the episode. I have full intention to have him back on in a year from now, which is crazy. And I don't know. I'm thinking about how I think what I'm thinking about now is like how I want to pace this, and if I should squeeze out more thoughts as it pertains to this episode for the sake of making this segment last longer, or vice versa, if I should just sort of start to breeze through. I think it's okay to just take action and click next. So next up, on the 5th of October, 2025.
Oh, that's my girlfriend. That's my girlfriend. That's my roommate. That's me.
It's amazing. You know what this is? This is the intro to our podcast thing tomorrow.
Whoa!
Yeah.
How? Well, no, I never have. Of course it is. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I had someone ask me if they could cuss in a video, and I said yes, but in post I put the Charlie What's that show where the adults sound like wah 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 wah?
I won't cuss it. Well, it'll be hard to, but.
Well, do whatever you'd like, but.
So this is the second episode, but here I go talking about I had someone ask me if they could cuss. Was it Robert? Or was this not really my second episode? If we go to the playlist, I know there's a lot of episodes that I had to private. So if I go to videos, if I go to video, getting older, off the rails, watching football, it's tricky because... Oh, here we go. No, it looks like it would still be in order. Yeah. So maybe, who knows? Maybe... Hard to say. Regardless, back to it. This was, I must have been the first time that I guess I just hopped in the car and decided this video idea podcast thing was worth a road trip to Wilmington. And to see my only friend that I knew that did social media, Griffin, and here I am sitting with bro. And
Is it going?
Oh, we're rolling.
Oh, we're rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm here with.
Griffin?
This is a whole lot different than yesterday, because yesterday, I
Have fun.
respect. Hope I don't smell it.
Oh, you will. It's
You
silent.
got nasty smellers lately, or what?
I think it's because of how they come out of my butthole. Since it's like a squeak, more air touches my butt crack, so it's like more of it will overflow into, do you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to follow.
Okay. Did you know every time you fart,
But how could that
fecal
affect the
matter
smell?
comes out of your butthole?
Well, yeah, I would assume.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know why it would, but it's kind of dirty. I'm thinking of it as dirty water, but with air. The more water that touches a dirty pipe, the more of it will flush out.
That makes sense.
That's what I'm thinking about.
So, maybe if your body is bad at passing.
Dude,
You know what? Neither one of us are.
yeah, I feel like we're on talk to it right now.
Well, we are in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a fly, and there's annoying me. So it's 11 o'clock right now, and this is my first beer. What?
I was just listening.
Oh yeah, it's 11 o'clock right now, and this is my first beer. I haven't gotten, Darties, people have day parties. I have never, it's been a very long time since I've been drunk. And it's been a very long time since I've been drunk at a day party, which is called a Darty. So, my goal today is to get very drunk.
Great episode. I think we just keep on moving down the chain until
Magnet for what?
Get as close to your mouth as possible.
Okay. Yo. Oh shit. It's a podcast.
What the fuck do I? So I put the magnet in next to my mouth?
Yeah, as close as you can.
Magnet on the inside.
Yeah. Hello?
Did not know you had the mics. Is this new?
I guess. Actually.
The which part?
Just the microphone.
Kinda.
I don't really know.
So this one is an hour and 2 hours long. Here's the 7th of October.
Is that mic supposed to be falling off like that? The guy in the red hoodie, Asian guy, kind of tall, white. You saw him. Yeah. Right? He was going in, kind of like me. And he went in once, and one of the more experienced guys kind of pushed him out. Yeah. And I saw him just walk up the stairs. Like, right after he got pushed out, he left. Yeah. And I was like, no. Yeah. So I ran. I don't know if you saw me run, but I ran after him.
So I was looking for you for a second. Yeah.
I ran after him. And I introduced myself to him, asked him his name, told him he was really good at freestyling. Yeah. And then he said, "I'm going back."
I don't think that this show. I think for a while I thought that maybe keeping it real, the views and response it got was all because of the guest, and that I didn't really matter so much, and it was more of like the guest matters a lot. And the only reason that it's getting the response that it's getting online is because I'm having certain guests on and traveling to places. But now I watch this, and I just want to tell past version of myself that like I was pretty damn handsome. Like I feel like at the time I really was kind of beaten down on the way I looked a lot. But dude, you look fine. Like you look just fine. Like you're clean shaved. I can see your jawline. And I remember I was worried about how my pants fit and like my stomach, but like I look just fine. Like I remember I was so worried about that, but it just, now that I watch this back, I'm just filled with nostalgia. And I think about how, especially in that episode with Griffin, I thought I was just now I'm thinking this, I think I was a really great host and I was a really great conversationalist, I guess. And that is what I wanted to be, most certainly. But I think in a time when I was trying to be it, I refused to allow myself to think that I was being it.
Bathroom and like I didn't press him anymore. Yeah. I let him go.
And this is one of the best episodes I ever did, which sadly is not public anymore, with Isaac Lawn. So I guess for the sake of it's private, I'll skip this one.
And it'll like show warnings and such. Okay. Just let me know.
Okay. But like, let me go to the bathroom.
Oh, this makes me want to just cry because I was so in love with this girl. Avi Kumar. And it's a shame. Well, it's not a shame. It's just beautiful that it happened, I guess. She had pink hair. I love that about her. I never got to know her much. I knew a couple things. She had a boyfriend. And an on-again, off-again boyfriend. And I hope that I made a positive impact on her life. I know for certain that she did make one on mine. And this was a great episode. I think that this was half a year ago now, but I remember like 2 months or 3 months after, I would find myself watching this video.
But you don't get to cut anything out of the conversation.
And I just remember one specific instance where I watched a little bit of this and I beat myself up for
So we're not going to talk about what we're going to talk about?
What does that mean?
Before we start. We're already started.
I beat myself up for like the way I acted when I knew that I liked her. I felt like I wasn't. But yeah, maybe I still do. I don't know. I think.
What do you mean we're not going to talk about what we're going to talk
Like,
about?
are we going to talk about what we're going to talk about?
What kind of question is that?
A valid one?
Yeah, but like, I'm not following. What are we going to talk about? Hold on. Clip to your shirt.
Okay.
I think
What
that
up with this?
I played a lot of. I think that
Oh, I see.
Or you can put the magnet.
maybe for like the safety of my own self, I think that I played a lot of games with Avi, like, having her on a podcast. I was like super like into her. But the way that I showed it, I think, was very like, hit and miss. And while I don't think I would have described the situation like that at the time, I certainly think that she taught me, reaffirmed, or has helped me come to realize, in her absence, that is, that I feel like, I don't know, it's tricky, I guess, because I'm coming to this place to think that, like, when I feel like that about someone, then I should just, I feel like being as, it's just the trickiest thing because words never seem to get me any closer to any sort of explanation when it comes to these things. And I think the only way to sound correct, I guess, is to have left it back when I said, she made a positive impact on me and I hope I made one on her. And that's sort of like where it ends. Like, she certainly made a positive impact on me and my life, and I hope that I did the same to her and hers. Next.
Shit, we're live.
Love boys.
More Indians. These are the guys.
This is it, we're rolling.
Alright, is it like the whole thing, or are you gonna like clap and do like the thing, or like
Nope.
eyes roll thing?
Just raw.
Draw, bro. Alright.
Thank you guys. This means more than you can understand.
Oh yeah? No, I got you.
This means more than you can understand to me. That's a bit of a line. More than you can understand. That's a lot of pressure to put on some guys coming on your talk show, don't you think, Jack? To say, this means more than you can understand? Why couldn't you just say this means a lot to me? Kind of gives you a little window into the mind of podcasting Jack back then. Interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Hold on one second.
Hello and welcome to Guess the City. Today we have
That's New York City. And then what do I say to February 22nd? I wonder what she sent me on February 22nd. What do I say? Or what do I do now? I think get back to it, right? Wow, what a thing to withhold. Snapchat. Okay. Moving forward. Next up we have. Is this not the best episode of Keeping It Real? All right.
This is so satisfying, though. The mic definitely can pick that up. I bet it sounds so good on the mic. Okay. Last things last, turn the TV off.
No! Why?
Ben Kadis. Episode. I don't think I'd been labeling episodes yet. This must have been episode like 10 or something. It was crazy how the first 30 episodes felt like they went by in slow motion. It felt like I lived 6 lifetimes within my first 30 episodes of this.
Okay. I'm here with
Ben Kadis.
and I'm jackkadis. Oh, come on. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
We hit that freestyle.
You did hit that freestyle.
When you paused and the beat came back, that was the highlight.
Yeah.
You could have crashed. It was that hard.
You kept missing the intersection.
This is insane. I don't want to just watch my podcast, you know. Maybe there's definitely a time for that, but not right now. Next up, we have
Walk though. People would walk in and
Reed Joseph on the
think
14th.
that shit. You'd be like, dude, this will like fuck you up.
Yeah, but I didn't smoke or anything.
Yeah, I know.
And it's funny because I got into the habit of telling people, like, that I didn't smoke in a way that made it seem like I didn't tell everyone, but I would tell everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you...
There you go.
I always flinch, you know, when, like...
Oh, bad audio. This is a sore memory for me because my most viewed Keeping It Real episode ever, damn near my second most viewed YouTube video ever, 3,000 views.
Like, you know, like, Griffin's got a 12-pack of Miller Lite, and then in the episode, his 2 frat brothers come in with,
You filmed this shit at the frat house?
Yeah.
Griffin's episode? What fraternity is he in?
Or just their house. They're in a frat, but... Hey, you with Jamie right now? How awesome is that? I haven't had a Jamie. Thank you.
The Joe Rogan guy who like sits there and talks to the
Ugh,
computer.
fucking, oh my god.
Yeah, like if he needs you to pull something up on the computer, like check a fact or something, like you're the guy. You're our guy. Yeah.
Oh. And just like that, we're on.
Then this one got privated.
There we go, baby.
His mom didn't want that on the internet. At least so he said. I don't know. Then Worth. Then another, so much fun. And then Eloise, a 13-minute banger. And then Ethan. I feel like I should slow down and respect the episodes more, you know?
First word spoken.
That was the first word.
And then another one that had to get taken down. Logan Bender, I didn't even say, sorry, that was 7 months ago. Logan Bender, he was great. I can't wait to have him back on because he's traveled the world. Sam texted me. I have to see what he says. Sam. I guess we've been apart for too long because he didn't get the joke, man. He didn't get the joke. They always used to make fun of me because they would always say any city was New York City, and he asked me to look at his Snapchat, and he's in Charlotte in a building downtown. Anyway. All right, this girl is so funny. I feel like the girls on this show, like, let's see, the first girl I told you I was in love with, and then I didn't have another girl until my own cousin, and then this girl, and then the next two girls I have some sort of like weird relationship with. But Amy was amazing. Amy was so funny and laid back. I couldn't even believe it.
That's why I printed it. Awesome.
Talking points. Sobriety.
That was Logan. Who's your dude?
Which Logan?
Been there. I'd be very surprised if you knew him.
I don't know.
It'd be a small world moment.
Are you guys friends?
Yes. I love Logan.
Am I the only random that you've done?
You think you're random?
Yeah, because we don't know each other.
This is a great
Plus,
episode.
know each other in the building, so if they like scream, I'm so sorry.
There's no wrong way to do this, you know? It's not like I have this one's yours and I've got mine. Here.
Oh, okay.
I think it is. Whichever one before.
Okay. Just like
You got it.
right there. This is awesome. Okay. Can we just start?
Yes.
Get it going.
We started.
We started? Hey.
Hey.
How do we start this?
Well, we already done it, you know?
We've already done it.
Yeah. Starting's past. The start's
Yeah.
over. We're headed towards the middle. That's what we should
are
worry
in the
about.
middle, and then we'll be in the end
Yeah.
soon.
So I guess we should start figuring out, how do we start the middle?
How do we get the conversation flowing?
Oh, I would say it might already be.
I think it's already.
So, okay, so we started.
And then we go
Okay, well, now
Garrett
we start.
Lewis.
Oh, word. But this is the only thing that's rolling.
Yes, sir. What up?
And then after Garrett, we go to Tucker Aaron in Wilmington. That was, by the way, we went from Asheville, let's see, 6 months. Does it say a date on this?
That was amazing. That was amazing.
I guess there's no date, but I can look at it in the thing. November 4th, and then
Okay, well, now we started.
on... Oh, okay, so it was a 5-day. So from 5 days, I was in Asheville. I went to the other two opposite sides of the state for these interviews. Wow, crazy. But there's Tucker.
I got your man.
Dust Bowl was a football game, and we just need someone close to him to tell him that that is not true.
Mom, I'm calling Dad.
And then Mia Moran, who I just thought was like we were going to be in love and happy forever. And I laugh because okay, I may seem like, especially watching these old videos, I may seem like I really have it all figured out sometimes. But the only one that's ever going to be actually able to see through that is my mom. And to anyone that's not my mom out there, I am totally just trying to figure everything out every day. Like, seriously. And I laugh when I say what I have just said about I thought that I was going to just, like, me and this girl were just going to be in love, because because I believe it's best for both parties, she in this episode is not something I ever think about anymore, sort of by choice. And to have this episode, back in my face, that's the first thing I think about. And it's the only way it can be left is by saying, I hope I made a positive impact on her. And I know she made a fantastic one on me. Let's hold our breath, because this next episode is 3 hours long. And
Disclosure.
Are you just gonna post like the raw unedited footage?
I don't know. Ask me in an hour.
Okay. You're so dapper, and you're soon.
Likewise.
Oh, me and girls.
I'm
scared. This is actually Lila's. I've worn it the past like 3 days.
these girls are just best friends, aren't they?
Great stuff.
And this is tricky because
Good to hear.
You?
What are you up to? Me? I've been doing. Should we all sit on the couch together? Wait, yeah, let's do that.
Oh, if that.
Would you like the
do
bottle?
that.
Or, I mean, that's
Wait, that's so kind. Did you really?
really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so sweet. Oh, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's who has moved it. Wait,
Okay, we can share this. Yes.
I mean, what an episode.
This just saved me a ton of time. That'll be all fit in both of them. In both of them, yeah.
Oh wait, some things need to.
I'm gonna hit it.
Wait. This bag needs to be at my feet. So yeah. Oh yeah. The goodies. I know.
Oh, props, is that what you're saying?
Just a couple
Maybe.
props.
We just had a
But
that's for later in the pod.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
This lasted 3 hours. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But sure.
Where were you driving from?
Well, I was like, you're gonna drink an IPA?
Where did I come from?
Well, holy cow, is that what I think it is? There's highlighter on there.
Yeah.
Whose show is this?
Alright.
Okay,
Ours
so
now.
This is our episode.
I can't watch this, bro. I have to skip this one. Okay, episode 20. Kendall and Quinn, another banger. Did so much when I was in App State.
That shit is fire, bro. I like
Fisher and Charlotte.
Fishbowl.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Just wait until it's under lights.
It's very cozy in here.
Yeah, this is a weird start to a podcast.
A little bit.
Okay,
What's up, man?
what up, everybody? On the way here, I was thinking, like, maybe I would. Whoa!
Dude, he's shifting it. What an amazing car.
I'll be right in there. Alright, we're live.
You're live?
Yes. Just like that.
Oh, yeah.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Fisher.
Dog's here.
Hey, I'm jackkadis.
Next up, we have Lucas James Duringer. Amazing.
And we're live. Okay, I like to do I like to say, hello, I'm jackkadis, because, you know, people might not even know me.
Yeah.
This is the 26th episode of whatever it is that I'm doing here. And
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real, and I'm here with...
Lucas Duringer.
Alright, how things? Alright, farewell to everyone. There's a camera that's on.
Okay, well, I'm gonna exit then.
Neville Williams, who definitely will be coming back on. I mean, come on. These guests, like, they have to come back. Like, we're going to bring them all back.
I don't understand how the cameras pull from both.
He has to edit
How
them
it changes
together.
it.
He knew what's up. Christian Jimenez.
Randomly customized mirror.
There's gonna be a sizable shift in the way homes are gonna look when
Direct access. I bet you could feel the wind.
Donlita and Jimmy, my grandmother.
Who gets to see this?
It will be posted publicly online for anybody and everybody.
Are you gonna tell people that I'm there?
Yes, I'm gonna put this on. I'll put it on YouTube, but not many people.
How about the Kadis, whatever it is?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I'll also send that link to the group chat with all of our family. It's just like, wow.
Yeah, right.
Andrew Rowe. Oh, my God. I mean,
We're kind of freeballing.
Yeah, that's fun.
This is it, though.
Oh, we're going.
If you think so.
Cool, yeah, sounds good.
I'm Jack Kadis,
I'm Andrew Robinson.
and this is a podcast, I guess.
Yeah, we're running the podcast. How have you been, Jack?
Good.
Awesome. I don't know the last time I saw you. It was probably like 3 years
I think I lost audio for this one. What a shame. And then, yeah, we were just having malfunctions, man.
Yep. Now we're on camera.
Thomas Worth. Ike Kadis. Megan Steins. And then we get into this weird thing where it's like, okay, here's 3 girls at once.
Okay, we're going.
But wait, we already did that, though. So they opened the door for that.
I try to you know when you go, have you guys got your flu shot? Or do you get flu shots?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you go, you know how they like.
This one makes you feel great because I make them all. It's like make them laugh in the first couple of seconds, and then Rudy.
coming. You're intimidating me.
Yeah, I guess.
What's up? Before the episode starts, I just want to give a quick explanation for why the camera will only be on me for the entirety of the 1 hours
And then you have this crazy monstrosity of 7 girls versus me. And then 3 hours of Samuel Babick. And then Harris Khan comes back on for a solo.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I could pull this mic to my mouth.
And then here we go, episode 40.
I guess, honestly... Okay, let's turn the mic on. Okay, hello. Hey, Mom. How are you? It's another podcast episode. It's not going to be a long one, but I have to say that it's kind of amazing how short it was going to be. Not how short it was going to be, but it wasn't going to happen at all. I got off work today pretty late at 10:15. I came home and I got a call from my good friend Taylor, and he wants to go downtown. Now, I have the weirdest relationship with downtown and bars and just these spaces. At times I've been like, that's not my scene, I never go. At times I've been like, I'm so excited.
I'm so different on solo, keeping it real, than I am with guests. It's insanity.
And I'm there, and I just want to be at home, and I can't stand it. I think that's normal, if not very common, actually. And lately I've been experimenting with pushing through that gross feeling. For one, I don't drink. And
I don't drink.
you know, for a while I was like, why would I ever go to a bar? Why would I ever go downtown? I don't drink. But
You can go downtown when you don't drink, Jack. You'll learn that. It's all the same. You can have just as much fun.
Just because everyone's drinking doesn't mean everyone's drunk.
Oh.
I've had to remind myself that. So that excuse kind of flies out the window. I no longer have that excuse going for me. Another excuse that I give is like, everyone, you know what, the truth is, these excuses that I hand out, it's like I kind of put it's almost like, and Mom, if you're listening, you already know what I'm going to say. I come to this like sort of truth all the time in my life with all sorts of different things. How I reflect on others is just that. It's reflection. So when I'm thinking like, why would I go hang out with bunches of drunk people? That's just because whenever I would go downtown, or if I were to go downtown, I'd be drunk. But now I don't drink. And I have to remember that I've changed and I don't drink. And when I'm thinking about how everyone else might be in that setting, they're not me. There are plenty of people you can carry out fine conversations with who have a drink in their hand. And that's just that. Another aspect is everyone's there just to have sex. And that's not true. That might have been me at some point, and it's not me right now, but did I press record?
I did.
That really stinks. I did not press record.
Whoa, the audio just got way better.
Now we're recording, but yeah, it's like that's not necessarily the case. Cause it's weird because these are things about myself that I have been going that I know that me personally would go downtown for these things. Now that's not the case necessarily. I don't know why. Maybe I'm able to come to this realization because I've changed, but it's fair to say that because I've had those expectations of myself, I then bring those expectations onto others. And I think that sort of reflection thing happens to a lot of people. But yeah, I'm going downtown. And I have a lot more to say about a lot more things. So I am going to end this episode now because Taylor is waiting on me. And I'm totally going to be super, 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 super late. And I'm sorry, Taylor. And I'm probably going to leave well before he wants to leave. We'll see what happens. I talked to him about it. But yeah, I'm going to end this now. Keeping it real. I'm super excited. that we just hit episode 40. Thank you so much for listening. And episode 41 will come out soon. Good night. All right. We're live. This is going to be... Hello. Hello. Let's see if we can crank it up. Hello. Never seems to be loud enough. Maybe it's loud enough now.
Junk food everywhere. Burning money.
1, 2.
Burning money.
Now we're live. Okay. Testing. Back again. I happened to click on the testing 1 2 testing 1 2. All right, I should be done with this at right before 1 a.m.
Holy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are in the war room. This is like the big round table with all the generals right now.
And then this is the first time I draw my thumbnail.
All right. Here we go again. Episode 48. Give me a reel. All right. It's 11:24 right now. And this is definitely the microphone that is recording the audio to... Okay, and we're live. I just did some stuff behind the scenes to mess with and configure.
Episode 50. And we're done. See you tomorrow. Peace.